In a distant future, on the harsh homeworld of the Yautja, the fearsome alien species known to humans as predators, one young hunter stands out, for all the wrong reasons. His name is Dek, and unlike his towering, battle-scarred kin, he's smaller, less physically imposing, and viewed as weak by those around him. He's an outcast, a runt in his own tribe, and desperate to prove that he belongs among the elite ranks of warriors. The story opens on Yautja Prime, where Dek trains with his older brother Quay. Despite his brother's encouragement, Dek can't shake the knowledge that his father, the clan leader Norer, sees him as unworthy. In Yautja society, honor and strength are everything, and weakness is punished without mercy. When Norer arrives, he confirms Dek's worst fear. He intends for Quay to execute his own brother, to eliminate what he sees as weakness within their lineage. Quay refuses, hiding Dek and arguing that he should be allowed to live. But Norer strikes first, grievously wounding Quay and forcing a final choice upon him. Rather than obey their father's command, Quay makes the ultimate sacrifice. He remotely activates Dek's starship and sends it hurtling toward Jenna, a forbidding, lawless world known among the Yautja as the Death Planet. Quay's final act sets the stage for Dek's true trial, alone, weaponless, and far from home. Before Dek can even process what's happened, his ship is torn apart by orbital debris, and he is ejected into the jungle below. Jenna is no ordinary world. It is a hostile ecosystem where the flora and fauna are just as deadly as any predator warrior. Venomous vines, razor-sharp grasses, and ferocious beasts stalk Dek almost immediately. His advanced arsenal, the high-tech tools of a predator hunter, is destroyed in the crash, forcing him into an unforgiving fight for survival with nothing but his blade and instinct. We watch Dek's evolution in real time. He's ambushed by oversized insects, narrowly escapes traps in the foliage, and struggles under the weight of his own pride. In earlier franchise entries, predators are invincible warriors. Here, Dek bleeds, learns, and often fails. But this retreat from perfection makes his journey uniquely compelling and deeply personal. Just as Dek is on the brink of collapse, he encounters a strange sight, a figure half buried in the remains of a massive alien nest, surrounded by torn vines and abandoned equipment. It's a synthetic android named Thea, a survivor of a Weyland-Yutani mission that went catastrophically wrong. Her lower body was ripped away by the planet's apex predator, leaving her stranded and desperate. Dek is initially indifferent. The Yautja hunt alone, and alliances are weakness. But Thea isn't helpless. She understands Jenna's dangers and knows its creatures. She offers to guide Dek toward the one creature he must kill to earn honor, the Kalisk, a colossal, virtually unkillable beast of legend. In exchange, she wants Dek to help her find her missing legs and reunite with her twin synthetic, Tessa. Reluctantly, Dek agrees, though he insists on viewing Thea as a tool. This uneasy partnership carries the heart of the story. Two outsiders, both broken in different ways, learning to survive together. As they travel deeper into Jenna's perilous jungles, Dek and Thea's dynamic shifts. In early scenes, Dek struggles simply to secure food and avoid deadly flora. He attempts to hunt massive creatures, only to be reminded that this planet plays by its own brutal rules. Everything here is capable of killing him. In one memorable sequence, they encounter a small blue creature, playful but fierce, who takes an interest in Dek after they help it defeat a monstrous predator. Thea names this creature Bud, and though Dek initially dismisses the little being, Bud soon becomes a loyal companion. The three of them, hunter, android, and alien youngster, begin to bond in their own rough way, forging a found family out of necessity and mutual respect. While Dek grows more skilled in the wilds, he also learns uncomfortable truths about Thea and the mission they are on. Weyland-Yutani, the mega-corporation that built Thea and her twin Tessa, isn't simply interested in observing the Kalisk, they want to capture and weaponize it. Tessa and her team soon track Dek and Thea, driven not by survival but by corporate mandate. When Tessa finally catches up, Dek is tricked and captured, subjected to cruel experimentation. Tessa sees him purely as a specimen, dismissing Thea's concern as inefficient emotion, an attribute she plans to deactivate. But Thea refuses to abandon Dek. Her loyalty, born from their shared struggle, leads to a daring escape. With captured Kalisk in tow and Dek once again on the run, the group reaches the core of their mission, and Dek faces the monstrous Kalisk itself. This creature truly defies death. It regenerates from grievous wounds, even from decapitation. Yet, in the heat of battle, the Kalisk hesitates, caught off guard by the scent of its own child, Bud. Dek instinctively understands. He's not here to kill supremacy, but to protect, to reshape what it means to be a predator. This pivotal realization alters Dek's purpose. He isn't just hunting for honor anymore. He's carving a path that defies the old ways, redefining strength as compassion and solidarity rather than dominance and death. Now united in purpose, Dek, Thea, and Bud launch an offensive on the Wayland-Yutani base. Lacking high-tech weaponry, Dek crafts organic tools from Jenna's native materials, using razor grass, hides, and plant toxins to build improvised arms. Their guerrilla assault dismantles the corporate stronghold, freeing the Kalisk and unleashing chaos among the synthetics. A climactic battle erupts between Tessa, piloting a massive mechanical suit, and the freed Kalisk. Though Tessa ultimately destroys the Kalisk by detonating cryogenic charges from within, her final act is one of desperation and cruelty. In the end, Dek and Bud deal the final blow to her corpse and reclaim the Predator's iconic weapons. With the corporate threat neutralized, Dek returns to Yautja Prime accompanied by Thea and Bud, not as subordinates, but as equals. He brings with him Tessa's skull as a trophy and demands recognition from his father. Norer, still trapped in old values, refuses to honor him. In a dramatic confrontation, Dek disarms Norer and delivers judgment. He chooses to dismantle the legacy of shame his father embodied, allowing Bud to end the tyrant. Dek doesn't stop there. Surrounded by Yautja eager for conflict, he draws his blade and prepares to defend his newly forged clan. Thea at his side, Bud grown larger and stronger, and a future unbound by the old ways. Just then, a colossal Yautja ship appears overhead, carrying his mother. Dek turns toward the unknown, hinting that his journey has only just begun.